It's time now for Countywide, a special presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. Join News Director Paul David and News Editor Philip Catafamo as they talk with our community's leaders, newsmakers, and people in the know. You'll hear about the hot topics in Yavapai County that affect all our lives. And now here's today's Countywide.
Welcome back to Countywide. I'm Paul David. As always, it is great to have you in studio with us today. We're sitting down again with Marilyn Huffman from the Better Business Bureau. The website is bbb.org. Our topic today is cause marketing.
Yes.
Welcome back again.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
We always do 2 shows with Marilyn when she's here because she drives over from Prescott, and it's always the best way to do it.
That's right.
So cause marketing. What is cause marketing? I know what it is, but I'm going to have you talk about it in case somebody else there does not know what cause marketing is.
Absolutely. So cause marketing is a smart way to kind of share your business's mission or a mission that is near and dear to your heart with other people. And it is a way to have a positive impact on not only your community, but let your customers know that you do give back to your community. And because small businesses make up 95% of the businesses in our country,
awesome.
And they are the heartbeat of our country, then
Right.
this is a great way for you to be able to give back to your community and to really draw focus to your business. So we love cause marketing. It's a great way to involve your employees, so you can give your employees, encourage them to take a day off and to, donate their time to something that is near and dear to their heart. Not only does that build morale within your employees, but it also is something that they'll talk about in public to their friends, to their family, and that reflects good on you. I mean, yes, we live in a day and age of being online and using our computers for everything, but at the same time, word of mouth is still so powerful.
Sure.
It's very, very powerful.
I want to think one of
the
the good examples. Tell me if I'm right about this or not. Sure. This is a good example or not. Toys for Tots. Mm-hmm. They have their toy boxes that they put in, because I know my wife's credit union. Mm-hmm. They'll have a toy box that they get the big box that says Toys for Tots on it, and people can come in, and while they're doing their transactions, they can drop a brand new toy into that box. Mm-hmm. And I know Toys for Tots will have their own little thing that they put out that says boxes are located, boom, 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 down the list of different businesses throughout the community that have those boxes. So if you visit one of those stores, you can actually bring a toy with you and drop it off there. Absolutely. I feel like that is something that would be an example of that.
That is a great example.
Okay.
They're doing ones right now with the whole backpacks, like collecting things.
Right, back to school backpacks.
Back to school.
Yes.
It's that time of year already. Crazy.
The Verde Valley always has one of those. So
yes.
Yeah.
And then there's the drives for the teachers. So they're collecting
pens,
supplies
pencils,
for the teachers.
papers, crayons, markers.
Absolutely.
So much of that money, so much of that stuff comes out of the teacher's own pocket. So
it does.
It'd be nice, if we could kind of help out to just fill the classroom.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And if you're a business, a lot of times you already have supplies, or you may have extra supplies that you can donate.
Sure.
So it's not hard to get involved in things like this. You can definitely choose a cause that aligns with your business if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that. Cause marketing campaigns tend to be more successful if you have partnerships that make sense. But it doesn't always have to be like that. You can get to know the different laws in your area, the different types of things that are available, and you can draw up a contract that outlines any of the parties' responsibilities. So if you are going to partner with someone, you can make that very clear about what you're going to do, because there usually is money involved or some type of a transaction involved. So just being aware of how that might affect you is a good thing to know. And then telling a powerful story. In today's world, we all I think everyone likes stories. They've stood the test of time.
Oh,
Am
sure.
I right?
Oh, yeah.
And so we all like a good story. And so that is what draws people to a business. It is also what keeps them coming back, a good story. So if you can tell a powerful story by getting involved in something like this, it's a great way to go.
How does a business find out who they could collaborate with, like the 501c3s?
Right.
I think of Red Cross. I think of Vitalent when it comes to the blood drives and things like that. Catholic Charities. Mm-hmm. How does a business find out? Well, I want to. This charitable group interests me. How do you go about, hooking up with them other than just give them a call? Or, how do you do that?
Honestly,
what do you do?
So that's the way one of the businesses that I've worked with did it. They are a CrossFit center in Prescott, and every year they do a huge fundraiser for the Granite Mountain Hotshots, the 19 in Prescott that died. And basically all of the fundraising that they do, all of the funds goes towards future education for the firefighters that come into our area, which is a really important thing. We obviously know fires are something that affects our area every single year. So we
saw it this year.
Oh my gosh,
it's been horrible.
Already.
Yeah.
So to be prepared and to be on top of that is a really good thing, but that takes a lot of money. And so they are a fitness center. Obviously, firefighters are required to achieve a certain level of fitness.
Sure.
So they thought, okay, that kind of goes in line with us.
It's a good cross-reference.
Also in line, Prescott. The Prescott 19, the Hotshot 19, it was near and dear to their hearts. Some of them were familiar and or had worked with some of these gentlemen. And so it fit. It was in alignment. So when they created the 501c3 to raise funds for the family, they reached out and said, hey, we want to be a part of this. How can we be a part of this? Can we talk? Then they just met, figured it out, and now every year they have a CrossFit event. People come from all over. There's firefighters that do the run from California to the Yarnell, where they have the tribute in Yarnell, Arizona. Right. It's amazing. And
they run from California.
They run in full gear from California to here every year.
Okay.
In tribute to these guys.
Wow.
And so there's a lot of emotion there. There's a lot of amazing storytelling. Mm-hmm. And there is a great way to get your customers talking on social media through things like this. And if you can do that in today's day and age, that's a great way to get people involved and to get them to buy into what you're doing. And it's something that we support every year. The BBB has been there. One of the gentlemen happens to be on my advisory council, and he's like, would you be interested? And I was like, you know what? It's another nonprofit. We're a nonprofit. So sometimes the tie doesn't have to be anything more than that. Mm-hmm. It's a nonprofit supporting another nonprofit. But it was just something that I felt was really important for us to do and to get involved in. And that's just a simple way to do it.
That's just one.
That's just one.
That's one.
There are so many opportunities. We've done collecting socks or blankets for the veterans, mm-hmm. and I've done that through the chamber. I'm involved in many different chambers, but a lot of the different chambers do events like this regularly. So sometimes if you don't know where to start, even just reaching out to your local chamber to find out what events that they're doing, reach out to the chamber here in Cottonwood and ask them, say, hey, what are the different events that you've got going? How can I give back? How can I get involved? It will not take long before people will find out you're interested in getting involved, because they always are looking for people who need to volunteer, who want to volunteer.
Right.
So there's opportunity. Amazing opportunity out there.
So if you look a little bit, Chamber of Commerce is probably a really great place to start.
It's a great resource to start. Absolutely,
okay.
Absolutely. And then there are just nonprofits. And so a lot of the nonprofits that are out there, you can take a look at what they do and see if that kind of lines up with where you want to go or something that you might want to be involved in. And honestly, if you're doing this to build the stories in your business, ask your employees. What's near and dear to their heart? Where do they want to give back to the community? And then you can really involve them, and that makes it even better because they'll speak highly about it in the community while they're out and about.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
That's huge.
Let's take our first break. Better Business Bureau's Marilyn Huffman is in studio with us again today. Website is bbb.org. Everything we talk about is available on that website, so stick around. Countywide back in just a couple minutes.
Who doesn't dream of home improvements? Perhaps your kitchen, the real living room. Maybe the bathroom, where you bookend your day. Langstrand Contracting is your one-stop shop from tear down to finishing touches. With 35 years of experience, Chris and his team will work with you to match your family's style and budget. Call Langstrand Contracting today for guidance in bringing your vision to life.
Hi, this is Greg at Verde Solar Power. You know, Arizona has lots of clean, renewable sunshine, and we want to help you take advantage of it with our quality solar installations, and we offer to beat any written offer on a residential solar electric system. So bring us your electric bill and let us show you how solar power will save you money. We're located conveniently here in the Verde Valley and are dedicated to helping the valley go solar. So remember, the energy solution comes up every morning.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettles.
Welcome back to Countywide. Marilyn Huffman from the Better Business Bureau is with us today. BBB.org is the website. So we're coming back with we're talking about cause marketing today, about how you can take your business and help out a 501c3 or something going on in the community, and how you can help each other out. And then you want to talk more about like press coverage.
Yes, so I want to...
Media.
Yes, so with the cause marketing, you are able to tell a powerful story. You are able to connect with people in that way, and that can lead to press coverage. So there is a lot of local news available for businesses out there to take advantage of. They may not always know how to do that. And so at little or no cost to your business, you can get good press coverage by getting involved in some type of cause marketing. It's such a good advantage for small businesses, and because they're the heartbeat of our community, the backbone of our community. I mean, what else could we say?
Right.
They literally, you wouldn't have a community.
They're the glue.
Without supporting your schools and your small businesses.
Sure.
So if you do this, then this is something that can be really good for you. Even if they don't show you, you can still invite them to an event. You can still say, hey, I want to reach out to my local reporters. They're all online. You can just go online and email all of them and let them know what's going on. You can submit a media pitch or a release. It's very easy in today's world, and then that can lead to obviously doing this, giving back. Not only does it's good for the community, but it makes you feel good. You know you're doing a good job, that you're helping out, and that obviously can be a key element to getting your customers talking about you in a positive light in the community. And maybe someone says, oh, I didn't have the best experience with them, and they're like, oh, really? Well, maybe they've changed. Maybe they're trying something new. You can get customers to come in. Keeping them and having them come back continuously, you need that good word of mouth, and this just can be a really great way for you to do something like that.
I do it all the time where, you're 501c3.
Yes.
Okay, so typically for Countywide Show, I'll look at the camera and tell people, if you're a 501c3 and you want to come on the show and sit down with me and talk about what your 501c3 is, send me an email, news@myradioplace.com, news@myradioplace.com. I love it when people reach out to me and say, hey, we've got this going on, can we come in and do a show? You do that.
Yep, absolutely.
Twice a year, 2-3 times a year we have you in. We'll have you back in.
That's my magic number.
But the holiday times, you'll be coming back in and talk about the typical holiday scams and stuff like that, and how to make safe purchases and things.
Absolutely.
So I just kind of expect that show to be here with you. Yavapai Broadcasting does it all the time. We'll have blood drives coming up, the Red Cross or Vitalent, and then
there you go.
You've got the business that is sponsoring that blood drive. So there's that cross right there. We've had wildfire PSAs running since February. And so again, this wildfire information brought to you by a local business usually sponsors
Supporting
something
that.
like that. Yeah. And so when things like that come along, Ready, Set, Go, that's another one that we were going to get going this year, is so people know what Ready, Set, Go means. So those are all things that people can jump on board with, and then help support.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good for everybody.
It is. And with the wildfires, as we know just from the Baghdad fire that we had earlier this year, that wiped out half of the homes in Baghdad, which, there's not very many homes to begin with. That's a lot of people rebuilding entire living rooms, kitchens, bathrooms. So if you have any way, just to reach out to your workers and say, hey, do you have an extra couple of towels sitting around? What about an extra set of sheets? It doesn't always have to be so in depth. I think sometimes in our brain, small businesses, there's one or two of you running the business, everything falls on your shoulders. So to do something like this may seem overwhelming, but there's a lot of little groups out there that you can connect with and get involved in and give back and still be part of that lineup.
Sure.
Still be part of that lineup that is advertised at the Yavapai Food Bank. That they collect the Toys for Tots, they collect the backpacks. So there are still great ways for you to get your name out there and post it on social media. It's not that hard. Snap a picture and just, I do Instagram a lot, which now you can connect your Instagram directly to your Facebook. So I was at the Granite Mountain Hot Shots dedication for the Highway 89, and I was there, I think it was a couple of weeks ago. It was really neat. It was a great little dedication, and it was pretty emotional to see the firefighters there. But I snapped a picture of the big huge truck, and then I snapped a picture of the sign, and I just put that on Instagram and then connected it to my Facebook page. Done. It's just literally a matter of seconds. So in a sense, they've made our world very easy, and we make it hard in here.
Yeah. I'm guilty of that.
I think we all are.
Right,
we all are overwhelmed with everything that we have to do, and it can be overwhelming. I control my phone, it doesn't control me. But if you're running a business and you want some good exposure, learn how to do very simple things on these social media sites and reach out to people like you, to Yavapai Broadcasting, that are willing to work with them.
Sure.
Utilize what you have. And in a sense, does it make your life easier? Because you're not always having to come up with...
Makes my life a lot easier.
Yeah.
I don't have to go looking for things or think, okay, who am I going to have in for a guest today?
Yes.
Because somebody reached out, Marilyn reached out and said, hey,
that's right.
I've got these summer scams to talk about. Can I come in and do a show? And I said, well, what dates do you want?
Yeah.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we line it up. And I've had that happen. We had a guest in for talking about the downwinders last week, and she reached out to me. And I really love that when people reach out to me.
I think that they assume that you know and are just not interested.
Or maybe they think it's not that big enough of a deal to even be talked about.
Right.
But I love to talk about all kinds of things because it's interesting.
And it's our community.
Yeah.
Our community is made up of vast arrays of different people, different cultures, and it's such a great place to be able to come together.
It's actually very enjoyable. It's really enjoyable to meet people and find out what they're all about and what they think and what they're doing. Yeah, I love it.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's interesting to know that we're that diverse, and I think that that's something that people can do this with their business. They can give back to their community, they can feel good about it, and you know what? At the end of the day, you're still running a business. So the bottom line matters, and that bottom line can only get better if you have good press coverage, if you have good social media coverage. Why not?
You talked about a business, the workout place that does the thing for the Yarnell, the firefighters. You don't have to come up. People don't have to come up with their own charitable event. The business doesn't have to come up with their own charitable event. They can tack on to somebody else's event that they like.
100%. There are a lot of events.
It's so much easier to do it that way too.
Well, and that's what happened was they started it, but now there's other CrossFits that are getting involved. My business is a nonprofit that says, I want to come alongside and help support this and be involved in this and maybe have a little booth that day. I gave away hand sanitizers a couple of years ago to the runners or the people who were participating in the actual training in the event. And then we've given away chapstick. It's hot out, because it's always in August. And so chapstick is a good thing to have. And, there's different ways that you can be involved. You just wouldn't know until you take that. And like you said, how hard is it? Give them a call.
Give them a call, look it up, and see if it's something you want to do. If it's not a fit, it's not a fit. But there's something bound to be a fit. Got to take another break.
100%.
When you're here, it just seems to go by so fast. Better Business Bureau's Marilyn Huffman in studio with us today. BBB.org is that website. Stick around, Countywide back in just a couple minutes.
Terrifying Jobs, Bull Rider, take 2.
Cliff, this seems like a really terrifying job. Why do you do it?
I love protecting the bull riders when they get bucked up.
How big are these bulls?
12 to 2,200 pounds of pure muscle.
You're not cowed by any of this, obviously. Is there anything that scares you?
Yeah, distracted drivers terrify me.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
The EPA says C&B Construction ranks in the top 1% nationally. C&B Construction invites you to see what energy efficiency and indoor air quality can be. We have won another Department of Energy Innovation Award, and C&B Construction is the only contractor in the country to win 6 consecutive EPA Indoor Air Plus awards. Experience our zero-energy, move-in ready homes at Crossroads at Mingus.
C&B Construction, locally respected, nationally recognized. Find out more at C&B Homes.com.
Award-winning Soundbites Grill is an entertainment restaurant located in Uptown Sedona at the Hyatt Pinion Point Resort. Open for lunch and dinner, featuring fresh fish, all-natural hand-cut beef, even a full vegan menu. Family-friendly, open 11:30 to 9, late dining on Friday and Saturday. Soundbites Grill has some of the best views of the Sedona Red Rocks. Offers world-class entertainment, food, fun, and music.
Welcome back to Countywide. We've got just a couple minutes left in the program. Marilyn Huffman from the Better Business Bureau is with us today. BBB.org, the website. Industrious Women's, what is this?
So our Industrious Women's Summit. This is our 4th year doing it. It will be our 2nd year offering it completely online.
Okay.
So it's available for people. You can go online to our website, bbb.org, and purchase tickets. It is available for women, men, whoever want to attend. There's no requirements, but it is definitely geared towards women, and specifically women in trade jobs.
Okay.
So because trade jobs are the highest in demand, I know that for example, I think APS is the big power, APS and SRP in our area. They have, in the next 10 years, over half of their employees retiring.
Oh.
That's a high demand.
Yeah.
That's a lot of employees. And we have spent a lot of years encouraging people to pursue maybe tech jobs or, other types of jobs that are not necessarily part of the trade or the high skill type of job.
I would think now is a good time to even switch jobs because so many employers are having a hard time filling their positions.
Correct.
So it could be, well, I don't want to do that anymore. Maybe I'll go do something
Correct.
else. And there's probably openings.
There are definitely openings.
Yeah.
And the pay is wonderful. So people don't understand how much money. They hear the word plumber and they think maybe the plumber doesn't make that much money.
Oh.
But they would
hired
be
one then.
That's right.
It's good money.
It is very good money, and
Sure.
it is definitely in high demand. So because of that, we focused on that. We focused on the blue collar jobs. We focused on the fact that women are actually moving more towards some of those blue collar jobs, owning their own business.
Why the heck not, right?
Running their own business. They get to set their own hours. They get, they get all the benefits.
Sure.
So providing leadership and development for these type of careers is kind of where this came about. That's where the Industrious Women Summit kind of came to fruition, basically. Okay. So this is our 4th year offering it. It is going to be available online. It is on Friday, August 20th. And that is basically to coincide with Women's Equality Day in the U.S., something we've been celebrating for a very long time now. And the one-day event will feature like interactive discussions between people on professional growth, to share best practices, to empower female business owners, and basically to be a place where they can go and get their questions answered. If they need HR questions answered, business tax questions answered, if they just need to make connections and network, August 20th. It's going to be an amazing day. It'll be online, and we started it last year with a yoga session and ended it with an online happy hour.
Okay.
And they sent out kits to make a highball, like a whiskey highball, and it was a lot of fun. We had a great time.
And we're out of time.
Yeah.
Better Business Bureau, Marilyn Huffman. Again, the website, bbb.org. Anything we talk about can be found right there. As always, we thank you for watching and listening, and we'll talk to you again next time.